A tear in the membrane separated the world I knew from the one that now consumed me. It started as a whisper, a faint crackle like distant static in a storm, but quickly swelled into a deafening roar. The voices surged in, threading themselves through my thoughts, relentless and insidious. They want to push you off the path, they hissed. Stay on course, and you'll see what they don't want you to see. I stumbled down a dim corridor, the flickering of a faulty neon sign above casting jagged shadows across the walls. My ears throbbed with the frequency of the voices, their low, sinister wiring snaking deep into my brain. I shook my head, as if I could physically dislodge the noise, but the voices clung tightly, digging in. You're better than this, I muttered, my voice trembling. But even as I said it, I could hear how hollow the words were, how easily the persistent buzz in my skull swallowed them whole. In the distance, I saw him. A figure emerged from the shadows, a drunken salesman, swaying under the weight of his own half-truths. His glassy eyes locked onto mine, and for a moment, there was silence. Kid, he slurred, his breath sour with regret and cheap whiskey, you're hearing things you shouldn't. Be careful what you listen to. I barely registered the warning. The pounding in my head was unbearable, a ceaseless storm of fragments and thoughts that weren't my own. They told me I was getting better. The doctor said so. My friends said so. But I didn't feel better. Not even close. A shattering sound jolted me. The speakers embedded in the walls erupted with distorted noise, vibrating so violently that I thought my eardrums might burst. I fell to my knees, clutching my head as the voices turned into screams, overlapping and multiplying until I couldn't tell where one began and another ended. You can't trust yourself, they screamed. You can't trust anyone. Through the haze of pain, one voice cut through, a voice I recognized. Familiar. Steady. Warm. But you can do no wrong in my eyes, it whispered. No matter what, you can do no wrong. I looked up, searching for the source. There was no one there, but the warmth of that voice lingered, a flicker of solace in the storm. My chest heaved as I tried to hold onto it, but the low frequencies of the other voices surged back, drowning it out. The world around me twisted and warped, the walls of the corridor bending into impossible shapes. My hands shook as I fumbled forward, desperate to escape the labyrinth my mind had become. And then I saw it, a light in the distance. Blinding and pure, it beckoned me forward. My steps faltered, each one heavier than the last as the voices roared in protest, screaming for me to turn back. But something inside me whispered otherwise. When I reached the light, I collapsed to my knees in its glow. For the first time in what felt like forever, there was silence. My ears still rang, my mind still ached, but the voices were gone. In that silence, I heard it again, that voice. The one that felt like home. You wish you felt better, I know. But at least, you can do no wrong in my eyes. Tears spilled down my face, hot and unrelenting. I didn't know if the voice was real, or just another trick of my fractured mind, but for the first time, it didn't matter. For the first time, I believed it. In their eyes, I could do no wrong. And for now, that was enough.